Good question. Oh, that's a very good question. There's also probably the smaller things are more. I mean, the crown is over there, and actually Davos, the stag that I carved for Shireen, that's there. That makes my heart sad. There's so many beautiful things. I mean, I think Jaime Lannister's armor is around here. I think this exhibition is priceless. There's only one of these exhibitions. There's only one of these costumes, and these are the real things. They're not the facsimiles or replicas. These are the proper clothes that we were wearing. I mean, they look like they've been here forever because we wore them for years. It's wonderful to see them. Oh, that's a good idea. I don't know. Maybe Melisandre's dress. That's probably a little bit more bendable than armor, or a little more comfortable. I was lucky I didn't have to wear suits of armor. But yes, I'd probably for Halloween. I think it'd be funny to dress up as Melisandre. To get the wig, I get Carissa's wig. It's always the same. If it's a good job, it's the people. The extraordinary crew. Everybody that worked in television or film, including friends of mine, wanted to work on Game of Thrones. And not because it was big. It became big because of the quality of the storytelling. And when you have somebody as talented as Michelle Clapton doing the costumes and Deborah Riley doing production design, and they create this incredible world with these scripts that were some of the best writing I've ever seen in my life, and to be part of that storytelling with this cast that were just magnificent to work with. I'd always been a fan of Stephen Delane, who played Stannis. Carice Van Houten I made a movie with before I did Game of Thrones. So to work with people who are just so good at what they do, it makes you better. And it's the quality of the storytelling. It's unique, never to be repeated. I miss it terribly, but the story had a beginning, a middle, and an end. We came to the end. Yes, well, this is the thing, ambition, and the show is about the nature of power. If you're looking at a photograph of Game of Thrones, it looks like something about dragons and guys on horses swinging swords. It looks like a very macho show. But when you actually, for people who are fans of the show, they know that by season 3, the women are in charge, and that goes on right to the end. Which is incredibly interesting, and it's one of the reasons that the show was as good as it was, is that the women in our show, they weren't just sisters and mothers and victims. They were dangerous. They were intelligent. They were sexy. They were devious, and that's fantastic drama. And it's an indicator of the quality of the show. And as regards Davos, he didn't have a lust for power, so it made him. He could be more honest, and was genuinely concerned for the people of Westeros, not just beating somebody and getting the throne and all that sort of thing, which is what made him so interesting to play. It was very strange. In the documentary, I don't know if you've seen the documentary, but myself and Kit Harington at the table read, it was the first time we turned the pages. We hadn't read them. So that was all new to us, what was going to happen in the last season. It was very odd because we went through the emotions that the audience went through, as you say, 1 year later. We had them while we were shooting. And when we'd read it, we still had to film it to send to people who didn't want to say goodbye to this story. I think people were really upset, but we were upset that it was leaving us 1 year before. So we felt everybody's pain, but 1 year earlier, which is very strange. Well, what you hope for as an actor is that it's like everybody in the show. Their stock has gone up. because there were difficult scenes, long scenes, emotionally and physically draining. So as from an actor's point of view, it was a wonderful showcase to show what you could do. You hope to get better scripts. That's what you hope for. You go, please give me another good story. You do get offered superhero things. You get offered, but it's a little boring at this stage. You want to tell good stories, and that's all I've tried to do. Like Hunger was an incredibly interesting story, and I've always kind of went, if I'm in something, my ambition was that people go, oh no, we'll watch this. He normally is involved in a good story, and I think that's an honourable way. We're actors, we're storytellers, so you hope to do good stories. And also I do some work with charity for refugees, and I try to give a little bit, give a voice for people who are in trouble, and the fame and a little bit of notoriety and celebrity. You can assist in speaking up for people who don't have anybody to speak up for them. So that's a bonus as regards the show has given me a temporary voice for people who need help.